me look good.
Look who made it all the way to Korriban. I think we have a visitor.
Yes, my lord.
Commander, I want to be informal with my bodyguards.
Ah, yes, Lady Jorida.
Delightful. You, visitor, don't you find my bodyguards delightful?
Absolutely delightful, my lord.
Excellent. Delightful bodyguard, I have a request.
Yes, my lady?
Kill our visitor, please.
As you wish. He's as good as dead.
Oh, wonderful. My poor bodyguards.
I'm starting to get a little peeved. And a little creeped out.
We haven't been introduced. I'm Darth Jorid, Lord of the Dark Council and successor to Darth Jadus. I hear you're investigating my father's assassination. I wanted to see if you were worthy.
The attack was a test, then.
I could sense your feelings during the fight. I think you'll do nicely tracking these terrorists. But are you really sure that this eagle killed the mighty Darth Jadus?
If you have another theory, why don't you tell me?
I should make you crawl and beg for my wisdom. Later, perhaps. Jadus believed in spreading fear and anger to every corner of the Empire. He wished to share the ideals of the Sith. Perhaps his ambitions drew too much attention. Any one of his rivals on the Dark Council might have killed him.
You think a Sith was behind the attack?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Chase after your terrorists. Save the lives of your Imperial friends. But if you learn who's really responsible, come to me. I've earned my place on the Dark Council, and I won't share my father's fate. Dismissed.
If you value your existence, I recommend you leave this place at once.
This is Cypher 9 to headquarters. You have my target list.
Watcher 2 here. I've finished preliminary mapping of the Eagle's network. Your designated targets are terror cells located on Balmorra near the Republic border, and on Nar Shaddaa in Hutt space.
I just had a very interesting meeting with Darth Jadus's daughter. Any information on her?
I'm afraid that data isn't mission relevant. Contact me once you've arrived at either location, Cypher. Watcher 2 out. Watcher 2, I'm receiving your signal. Transmission secure. Nice to have you on a world with modern HoloNet transceivers. You're coming in loud and clear, Cypher 9.
Looking good yourself, Watcher 2.
It's the high-resolution holo processors. They make up for my defects. Nar Shaddaa is one of the most densely populated city worlds in the galaxy. It's also a major trade hub for criminals and corporations. That's why the terrorists are here. The local cell procures weapons and technology for the Eagle's entire network.
What kind of technology?
Everything from state-of-the-art computer equipment and starship parts to adrenals and combat armor. These terrorists aren't thugs. They're intelligent, coordinated, and well hidden. I've contacted an asset who claims he can help locate them. He's a former operative of ours, effective in his day. When he had to be retired, he was redesignated Watcher X.
How did a Watcher leave Imperial intelligence?
Watcher X was one of our most capable analysts, but he became paranoid, prone to seeing connections and conspiracies where none existed. He was judged unstable and confined to Shadow Town, a Nar Shaddaa slum rebuilt as an open prison. It's where the Empire holds people who know too much. People we might need later. That's all I'm authorized to say.
Send me coordinates and I'll pay him a visit.
Done. Thank you. Shadowtown residents are fitted with motion tracking implants set to explode if they escape. This should keep Watcher X under control. Nonetheless, don't underestimate him. Watcher 2 out.
Where do you think you're sending that scan?
Forgive the unorthodox introductions. Moro Visen, Head of Special Operations for the Imperial Diplomatic Service. I need assistance plucking a thorn from the Empire's side. It isn't strictly an intelligence concern, but I hope you'll hear me out.
What's the assignment?
I was tasked with gathering allies on Nar Shaddaa. Hut clans, corporations, gangsters. But one man has resisted our entreaties. Ukabi is the local leader of the Exchange, a galaxy-spanning criminal organization specializing in high-tech vice. Ukabi and the Exchange refuse to join us.
What does the Empire want from these gangsters?
The Exchange spends more money than most governments on spies, slicers, and scientists. Anyone they can't buy, they kidnap. They would have been valuable friends, but Ukabi drugs and tortures my messengers. We need to make an example of him.
What exactly do you need?
I want his army decimated, his arms caches looted, his chemical refineries razed to the ground. I want to show a force so overwhelming that no one on Nar Shaddaa will ever deny the Empire again. If you're willing, of course.
Exactly what are you offering me?
The diplomatic service will compensate you fully for your time. In addition, the wealth of the Exchange is yours to claim. The Exchange operates out of the Corellian sector of the city. Your path of destruction begins there. When you're through crippling the operations, you can find me at my command post. I'll be watching the chaos from my chambers.
Into the best fights, tour the organ markets. It'll be fun.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Rise and shine. All right, make me look good.
Step inside. Scan the apartment for important things. Overt threats, escape routes, access terminals. Take your time. Now, look again. Scan for concealed weapons, hiding places. Anything innocent is probably a bug. Anything you don't recognize should be analyzed later. Play the game. I can wait.
Are you Watcher X?
Yes. Formerly Watcher 5, formerly Minder 8. Not that you're authorized to know it.
Got a lot of brass for someone living in filth.
You're a cipher agent. Specializations in disguise, seduction, infiltration, assassination. You're brave to come to Shadowtown. This could be your future. A bomb in your head, trapped here like a criminal.
I'm still not completely clear what this place is.
The people in the slum are spies, assassins, scientists, experiments. Most of us have done unpleasant things. All of us know too much. The Empire keeps us because we're too valuable to kill, but it doesn't want us on its doorstep. Now do you understand?
What makes you so valuable?
My mind. My ability to see connections. Let me give you an example. You know that the Eagle's terrorists are using Nar Shaddaa as a supply hub, but I imagine you don't know their latest scheme. The Terror Cell is on the verge of acquiring mass quantities of a new genetic modification serum, Cyclone. They plan to distribute it across the Eagle's network.
What's this serum do?
Cyclone increases a user's speed and focus, transforming an average human into a natural assassin. It's also lethal. A minor defect. We need to learn who created the serum and find their link to the terrorists. You must obtain a sample. A cyclone dose or a user's blood specimen.
You want me to go out and spill blood?
I'd rather keep things quiet. There's an augmentation shop in the Corellian sector, a place people go for fast, dangerous modifications. Purchase the cyclone there. I can give you an injection to mimic the effects of long-term genetic damage. You'll be slower and weaker, but you'd make a convincing cyclone buyer.
I assume the effects are temporary.
It should only last a short time, long enough for you to get to the shop. I suggest you avoid excessive violence while affected, however. Now, do you want the injection or not?
I'll take my chances without the injection.
As you like.
Probably the smart choice. Too bad. Wonder what he would have done to you.
Get to the shop, get me my cyclone or my blood, then we find a link to your terrorist enemies.
Rise and shine.
kahal ravul asjon uruet untumata.
Musutueg non gushele siguru, u jure pensu sensta.
Provata kahal kurefes su...
There must be some mistake. I'd love to know what you have to offer.
Uktar rusentement wasal.
Quando vous êtes nebzepsit unquetzo luzutu otsulu metao.
Luturela usa.
Rugel afna mul konfu esez quenu unsu sposu.
Zatu munzu sunjal usublulu.
La zatu mun zu lujem pretenden untumakwen.
Uma, ormal omentu gorastuk.
Hand over your medical serums, gene stims, everything you've got.
Jonulu hagan daralamutu ondotta joestakon.
Warabold statul dun unmod, tatolle ranzatuega.
Stay out of trouble or I'll be back.
E kunet ungamasnetet accusata.
This is Watcher X. I've been waiting for your call. I assume you have my cyclone specimen. Was there any trouble at the augmentation shop? Did you admire their work?
I have the serum, the shop's been dealt with.
No. We need to analyze the specimen. Figure out where Cyclone comes from. We'll need equipment I can't buy in Shadowtown. There's an abandoned medical laboratory in the Duros sector. If armed refugees haven't stripped it bare, you can run the analysis of the lab's bioscan.
Will these armed refugees pose a problem?
I don't see why. You're a trained killer. Kill them.
Shine.
Godoba, please. I have good news.
Do not attempt to dissimulate.
No dissimulation intended. But I wanted you to meet someone. Welcome. Allow me to introduce the diplomatic services allies on Nar Shaddaa. The Shadow Syndicate.
I'm glad to see the Hutt clans are falling in line.
Quite. After Nemro joined us, others began to follow. Godoba the Hutt, owner of the club Vertica Casino and 5 city sectors. Your ship is docked in his spaceport. Varko Ti, Chomash of the Nar Shaddaa Labor Alliance. There are no better slavers in the galaxy.
A pleasure.
And last, DXTX, primary hub of the DX Annihilator network.
Your destructive prowess is respectable. Negotiations permitted.
Together, they represent key powers. Yukabi and the Exchange could have joined them, but thanks to your strike, we needn't worry about the Exchange anymore.
The Corellian sector is in flames. The Exchange won't be rebuilding.
With all due respect to you and your talents, that may not be so. This woman has lied to you.
What?
She has blundered where many upstarts blundered before. And now, we all pay the price.
What makes Yukabi so great a threat?
I'm sure they're exaggerating the situation.
He's preparing an army of Stimenhat's killers and cybernetically linked assassins.
Detonite droid production has increased.
Ah, very well. If Yukabi won't learn his lesson, then the Empire can handle his dying blows.
We'll have to move fast. Determine our assets and vulnerabilities.
My sources report exchange death squads on the move. As you destroyed his assets, he'll destroy ours. The promenade, factories, slave pens.
Okabe is drawing energy for his chemical enhancement facilities. He augments soldiers for battle. He must be stopped now.
I don't... What do you suggest we do?
Let the exchange target civilians while we carve out their heart. These enhancement facilities, what are they?
You'll have to destroy the tanks and face their creations.
I'll alert our forces here and keep the Shadow Syndicate in line. We can discuss this when you return.
We're getting good.